Welcome back to Geometry. Today we're going to try another new lesson with me talking on the camera. We'll see how it works out. Yesterday, or last time, if you were in first period, we started to investigate all of these things: perpendicular bisectors, angle bisectors, medians, altitudes, mid-segments, all in the same triangle. It turned out to be somewhat of a mess, hard to identify points, so on. So what we're going to do for the next few days, we're going to break each of these down individually into their own triangles. I know we've beat perpendicular bisectors into the ground, but today we're going to focus on those. We're going to go over an example using the coordinate plane, and then at the end we're going to have a chance to do an open response. So let's remind ourselves about these perpendicular bisectors. To redefine a perpendicular bisector, it's a line, segment, or ray that is perpendicular to a side of a triangle at the midpoint of that side. So instead of drawing these triangles on plain white paper, we're going to draw them on the coordinate plane. As you can see, I've already set mine up where I have my axes labeled and numbered. Take a moment and do that. I start at 0 and go to 14 on my x-axis, and I start at 0 and go to 18 on my y-axis. Take a minute and fill that in while we listen to some inspirational music.
Last time we came on this time, we managed to get an album out called How to Be Holy.
Two bonus points if you recognize the song.
The song remains the same.
Oops. Okay, I think we've had enough time to draw and label our axes. Let's draw a triangle, giving each vertice a coordinate. The three coordinates you'll need to make your triangle. The first coordinate is the point 2, 2. Place a small dot on that coordinate and label that point A. Point A is going to be one vertice of our triangle. Let's mix it up a little. The next vertex we want, let's make it the coordinate 5, 15. So I'm going to come over 5 on my x-axis and go up to 15 on my y-axis. Place a small point. Label that point B. My third vertice, let's put that at the point 13, 6. So again, come over 13 on your x-axis, go up 6. Place another dot and call that point C. You should have 3 points on your paper. One point, the point A at 2, 2. The second point, point B at the coordinate 5, 15. The third point, C, at the coordinate 13, 6. Connect each of these vertices to make a triangle. Okay, so I've connected my vertices. I've made a segment AB, a segment BC, and a segment AC. Now remember, we're dealing with perpendicular bisectors. The way we created those was to find the midpoint of each segment and to draw a line that was perpendicular to that side at that point. To illustrate this, let's fill in our perpendicular bisectors. What we need to do is find the midpoint of each segment. Remember again, we find the midpoint by measuring this side, dividing the length by 2, and then placing a small dot. This segment, segment AB, is about 13 centimeters. Half of 13 is 6.5. So we're going to come up to 6.5, place a small dot. That is the midpoint of AB. We want to do the same thing for BC and AC. So take a moment and fill those in with me. Okay, so now you should have all 3 of your midpoints filled in. Double check these to make sure. The way you can double check, measure from each vertex to your midpoint both ways and you should have the same length. Point B to this midpoint is 5.75 centimeters. This side length is also 5.75. That's okay. This length is 5.6 centimeters. This length is also 5.6 centimeters. This length, 6.5. This length, 6.5. All our midpoints are in the right spots.